Eccoci qui, siamo live. Benvenuti a tutti al Prestashop Day Italia. Per la prima volta nella nostra tradizione sarà un evento esclusivamente online. Siamo molto contenti di darvi il benvenuto alla sessione di oggi. Il tema per la giornata è quello del commercio senza frontiere, quindi proiettare il nostro e-commerce al di là dei confini nazionali per scoprire opportunità di crescita ovunque se ne presenti l'esigenza. Sono qui in compagnia del nostro CEO, Alexandro Remy, al quale cederò tra poco la parola, ma prima di tutto vorrei cogliere l'occasione per ringraziare i nostri sponsor, Nexi e PayPal, senza i quali non avremmo potuto organizzare questo evento. Questa sessione, e così come un altro paio di interviste e conferenze, sarà trasmessa anche su Facebook in diretta live. Per tutte le altre sessioni vi invitiamo a connettervi al sito e registrarvi in maniera tale anche da poter interagire con gli altri partecipanti. Qualora aveste delle domande, vi preghiamo di inserirle nei commenti del video e cercheremo di rispondere a queste domande alla fine della nostra conversazione. So now let me welcome Alexandro Remy, CEO of Prestashop, and we are very happy to have you here, and we are looking forward to hear more news about Prestashop. So the floor is all yours, Alexandro.
Thank you, Luca. Ciao a tutti. Hello, everyone. I'm really delighted to welcome you to this special Prestashop Day Italy edition. It's special because this year, this event will be fully digital. And 2020 is also a very special year for all sectors, for all industries in the economy. But for commerce especially, it will remain a pivotal year. Since the health crisis and the lockdown period have led to a major acceleration of commerce digital transformation. And we've seen that this disruption has profoundly and significantly highlighted the essential role of e-commerce to enable companies to maintain and grow their business during that period. As you know, since its creation, more than 10 years ago, Prestashop's mission has always been to enable ambitious entrepreneurs, companies, to build their online business and to grow their sales. In a sense, to push back the boundaries, to push back frontiers in terms of commerce and go online. And it was even more relevant over the last few months as e-commerce has really saved, even more than helped, saved companies. And as a leading e-commerce platform in Europe and Latin America, we've been able to observe very closely the impact of this crisis on the consumption and on the rise of e-commerce through that digital transformation.
With regard to that, Alexandro, would you mind sharing some figures with the Italian community?
Yeah, sure. So in Italy, we are expecting to grow, to have the e-commerce grow by 26% in 2020. Meaning that it's a huge acceleration compared to last year, which was below 20% growth. It also means that e-commerce will represent 8% of the full retail sector in Italy, while it was 6% last year. We have helped that growth in a sense. We've seen that almost 70% increase in terms of new store creation has appeared in Italy on Prestashop. So it means that there have been 70% more new store creation over the lockdown period compared to the first weeks of the year. It's huge, and it's even more than what we had in terms of average for the world, which was almost 50. In France, it was almost 40, more than 50% in Spain, up to 90% in Latam. And it has also reflected into our sales on our add-ons marketplace. There have been an increase overall of 54% in terms of orders, while in Italy it was 63%. And what we've seen is that for new stores, there have been a lot of new stores in the categories of food, grocery, healthcare, beauty, which are really the categories which has been the most consumed over the lockdown period, but also the willingness of new and existing merchants to equip themselves and in terms of new services and more visibility, in a sense to increase and improve the experience of their consumers through online chat, for instance, new logistics and new shipping carriers to provide their consumers with larger ability to get access to their offer, and also more visibility, and especially on social networks.
Cool. Indeed, this acceleration was driven by the urgency of merchants to open an online touch point, especially when they were seeing their physical store shut down. But very often we got the question, in this sense, how is Prestashop different? What is the added value with Prestashop when opening such a store or an online store? And we would be very happy to hear from the voice of our CEO what actually makes Prestashop stand out as opposed to the other platform.
Sure. So in 3 words, I would answer to that question through performance, scalability, and freedom. But to be more specific to that period, we really wanted to help all types of businesses, from small businesses to large groups, in order to make sure that e-commerce could be their main ally to get through this crisis. As early as April, thanks to the strong mobilization of our teams, we were able to develop a simplified offer to allow purely brick and mortar merchants to set up an online store in a very short period of time, thanks to a starter pack, but also a platform, Restart from Home, that have been launched in Italy, but also in Spain and France. We have also enabled large groups such as Carrefour to launch an innovative e-commerce platform, Les Essentiels, Gli Essenziali in Italian. Sorry for my strong accent.
Yes, gli essenziali.
Yeah, and they've done that in just a few days. Actually, it was innovative because it gives them the ability to provide and to ship their offer in a quicker time to their consumers. Consumers had access to prepackaged baskets, and they were also able to subscribe to these offers in order to reduce the time of supply. And they choose Prestashop because our platform perfectly meets their requirements in terms of scalability, reliability, and robustness. And from one side to the other side of the spectrum of merchants and size of merchants, we really tried during that period to help commerce grow through e-commerce. And we've been, in a certain way, also privileged partner of that digital transformation. Our role is to be beside our merchants so that they can benefit as much as possible from their recovery by fully capitalizing on these new consumer habits. How do we do that? We do that also. We do that based off our online and open source platform, but we do that also through our ability as a platform to connect merchants with the best partners to help them grow. Partners in terms of payment, e-commerce, management, delivery, social commerce, and also e-commerce and technological experts. It's thanks to this complementarity of offers that you merchants succeed in constantly optimizing the user experience of your end customers and boosting your growth. So what really differentiates us and what makes Prestashop a unique player in its market is that we are able to remove all the constraints, all the frontiers that a company that wants to succeed encounters. First, internationally, our software is available in 75 languages, and we know that companies with multilingual websites sell 5 times more abroad. So it pushes boundaries, it pushes frontiers. At the same time, thanks to a worldwide ecosystem, we give our merchants access to the best local solutions to best meet the needs of their end consumers. Again, It's not only about having the right language to address consumers abroad. It's also about providing them with the right payment methods, logistic methods, and that's what we can do as we are working with different businesses in different countries. So you can get access to the top French technological solutions, same in Spain, same in Mexico, in all over the place in the world. And finally, I spoke about freedom because our DNA is open source, which means that you have both the assurance of being the owner of your site and its data, but also the guarantee of having a flexible, scalable solution, open to market proposals and innovations, such as mobile commerce, social commerce, and there will be more to come.
Great. So you described very well this scenario, this new normality scenario, and in such a scenario, what do you think is going to be? How do you think the brick and mortars shops are going to be affected?
I think that we are experiencing right now a boosted digital transformation, and business has to acknowledge that, to recognize that now it's the time to go online. And if you are already online, and I hope so, it's now the time also to unify your different distribution channels. Digital is an essential growth driver for your business, for your brick and mortar business. It's not a competitor. It's not another store. It's a window to your business. It's also a way to show you all offers. It's a way to connect your clients to your offline stores. It's way more than a competitor to your offline online stores, and it's really important to have that in mind in order to address the new era that have been launched a few years ago, but that has been really accelerated through the lockdown. Think about, for instance, click and collect, the ability you had during that period to have your clients go not into your stores, but at your door just to collect what they had purchased online, for instance. And that's really important to have in mind, that you need to develop a unified and complementary channel management in order that you consumer, your client, stay at the center of your relationship. And it's not about managing on the side offline and online stores. It's all about unifying that so that the touch points and the experience of your clients are seamless. And also what they want to have is the experience of your brand, and they don't care about in which store they are. And that's even more the case this year, as there are much more consumers online. In France, we had a plus 50% increase in terms of online purchasers, plus 2.5 million people. In Italy, it was plus 2 million over the lockdown. And those people, they want to continue to buy online. So now it's no more the question of, well, my clients are just going into my store or offline stores. It's now the question of, okay, we have part of our clients that have shifted online, and they want to find us online, and they want to purchase our product online. Second, you also need to have in mind that among those clients, there are also senior clients, senior consumers. If you look at the US, over the lockdown period, 40% of the new online purchasers are over 55 years old. It was the same proportion in France. So what does it mean? It means first that e-commerce is spreading all over the population. It's not a digital native population stuff. It's not a minus 50-year-old trend. It's for the full population right now. And it might have an impact.
There's an entire segment that
completely. So it's
I was trying to remark that concept.
Yeah. So it can have also an impact on the experience you want to provide them with, the senior people on your websites, but also on the shipping options that you offer to them. And there is no more generational divide regarding digital issues. The lockdown period has enabled a great acceleration on the digital transformation, so that now you can address most of the population through your online stores as well.
Cool. So as usual, Prestashop days are also the opportunity to share with the community what's going on at Prestashop. So I have to ask you this question: what's cooking at Prestashop at the moment? What's next?
Well, we wanted to help merchants to better understand their business. So in a few days, we will unveil the second Prestashop Essentials module after Prestashop Checkouts that we've launched last year, Prestashop Metrics. Prestashop Metrics is a solution that will allow merchants to better manage their e-commerce activity thanks to data. So we'll improve the dashboard, we will improve the way you look at your business, and with a true e-commerce KPI dashboards, and also there will be more to come regarding recommendations. So be assured that you will only have to wait a couple more days to get to the specifics. Likewise, during Prestashop,
and actually we will have a session on this. Yeah,
so you have more details in a couple of hours, and in a couple of days, you will get access to that great solution. And likewise, during Prestashop Day France Online, that was formerly Prestashop Day Paris, we'll launch Prestashop Checkout 2.0, so the latest version of our Prestashop Checkout module, which will be a new improved version, and so that will be end of October. Last but not least, before Christmas, you will discover the latest version of our open source project, open source software, the 1.7.7, so stay tuned.
Cool. Thanks for sharing this exciting news with the community. It's almost time to wrap up our conversation, so I'd like to give you the opportunity to share with the community what are the key priorities, what's the future of Prestashop, and what are our strategic priorities so that the community can be aligned with.
Well, our only goal is to make sure our merchants, Prestashop merchants, will grow. Last year, we were at 17 billion euro total value of what is transacted on Prestashop websites. This year, we might be over 20 billion. Our objective is to reach more than 25 billion by 2022. And to do so, our first priority is to continue to improve your experience with our existing products. I mean, the open source software, checkout, metrics, and enhance your journey with Prestashop and our ecosystem of partners and experts to grow your business. There are lots of opportunities, lots of untapped business that can be unlocked through those connections. Second, we will launch new products and offers to boost e-commerce growth in line with what we've done with checkout, with what we are doing with metrics, and we'll continue to bring new innovations to our products, from headless commerce to unified commerce and financing. Our third priority, which is more mid to long term and potentially the most important for the years to come, will be to develop our offer towards more advanced merchants, alongside with our agency or integrator ecosystem. Our purpose is to ease the scale of businesses with revenue targets in millions of euros.
What do you exactly mean by that? Can you be a bit more specific for the purpose of the community sharing?
Yeah, so it really means that we'll put a higher focus on 3 dimensions. First, performance. How can we help you to improve store performance when high volume of traffic, when simultaneous checkouts, in terms of load time, page speed, search? What does it mean in terms of hosting and cloud platform? In terms of varnish cache configuration, if I want to be more specific. Second, I'd like to speak about scalability. Though we spoke about scalability towards new countries, international, but also new clients, professionals, B2B, new channels, integrating offline channels within your online tool, and also in the end, how to connect you to the right tools to scale a business from 1 to 50 or 100 million euro. What does it mean in terms of Prestashop API, in terms of tech partners ecosystem? Think about ERPs, CRMs, PIMS, point of sales. Our objective is to make sure that you can connect to all those tools in order to process your business offline, online, and to continue to be the cockpit of your growth. And last but not least, the ability to enhance your experience through quality and support. How to better identify agency and partners, module developers in line with larger merchants' expectations. How to train a certified web agency or tech team, and how to train new teams to address more advanced needs. What would be the service level agreements with Prestashop as a software vendor? So that all those questions that we want to raise and that we're starting to push this year, but that will be accelerated by next year.
Cool. So thank you very much, Alexandre. We are heading towards the conclusion of our chat. So I'd like to thank you and give you also the opportunity to announce our next speaker, as well as giving a final address to the Italian community.
Yeah. So, well, thank you, Luca. Well, finally, and before giving the digital floor to Roberto Liscia, President of Netcom, I would like to thank each and every one of you for being here today. It's a special edition, and so I also would like to take this opportunity to thank the entire communication and events team, the Italian team who made this day possible, as well as each of you, merchants, agencies, developers, partners, for your commitment over the past months. It's really been tremendous to work with you to help businesses grow in Europe, in Latam. Well, I wish you all a very nice Prestashop Day, Italy, and I see you in a few weeks for new announcements. Ciao a tutti.
Thank you very much, Alexandre. So, arriviamo a conclusione quindi di questo intervento e vi diamo appuntamento fra qualche secondo col nostro ospite Roberto Liscia, presidente di Netcom. A tra poco.